You're listening to Charting Cryptos, Commodities, and Currencies. Let's jump into these charts. First thing we'll take a look at is the 24-hour-a-day Bitcoin chart. We can see again, where Bitcoin hit its high of highs back on that week beginning the 11th of March. Then blew off a lot of energy, tried to regain it. Went from a spinning top to a green up candle to another spinning top to a red, almost doji, and then down for several weeks. Then starting on the 6th of May, we had a red spinning top again, and then a green spinning top. And then this week, punching up rather nicely right now for the day, down 2.32%. You can see on the 195-minute chart where things peaked up at 10 p.m. on Monday, then slid sideways, and in the morning on Tuesday started moving down. We'll look at this 2-day chart where things really punched up on Monday and Tuesday on that 2-day chart above average volume, just really hammering up quite nicely. We'll continue to keep an eye on Bitcoin, and boy, one of the stories here is amazing what Ethereum has done over the last 2 days. Now, it started on the 2-day chart back on Thursday the 16th, and then again went through the weekend, and then, of course, this Monday, Tuesday chart just a hammering up. If we look at where things were on the opening at 3,049 to a high of 3,839, just a jamming. And again, you do see that long line where things, again, pulled back some into reality, but again, just quite beautiful. As we look at the half-day chart, you can see where things just jammed up. Did pull back a little bit later in the day as the day wore on, but on Tuesday. But again, Ethereum just going gangbusters. Look at Bitwise 10 crypto index fund. These top 10 cryptocurrencies weighted as per market share, up 1.49% for the day. Again, a doji last week. Volume doesn't help us out on any of these charts in qualifying the up move, but we do see just crazy price movement up. We do see volume backing up the move here on the 2-day chart, at least. So again, amazing, just amazing. And we're going to go from cryptocurrencies to commodities, just a few commodities to look at. Look at copper. Copper again bounding up this week. For the day, not up a lot, 0.16%, but a nice green up candle hitting a higher high. Copper, of course, was languishing around back in February and then started taking off in March and has just hammered up. Look at silver. Silver popped up to that high back in April and then started blowing it off, down 2 weeks after that, and then again started the climb. We had the interim low on silver where we saw a red down candle with higher than average volume, then a green turnaround, and of course, she just blasted off last week and this week up 1% just for today. Copper going places. What about the United States Gasoline Fund? Well, it's down for the day 1%. We saw where it topped and then rolled over. Really volume started really accelerating back on the week beginning 29th of April. And again, moved down that next week and last week. And then this week, not down as much, but again, still red. We'll keep an eye on gas. I like to see it moving down as we get into the hot season. Oil moved down for 3 weeks quite nicely. Well, really 4. Hit its lowest low last week, but didn't have volume to match that. We had volume to match the turnaround. You can see here where when it hit its peak, we had higher than average volume, then a doji, and then oil rolled over quite nicely, giving us a great opportunity, again, to institute our always winning method, taking your ATR at 1 time the average true range on the 2-day chart, putting that in as your check, both in profit and in loss, and then after hitting that, selling half of your contract and allowing the rest of it to run wild. But that is what we teach. I hope you are practice trading that whenever you get an opportunity. Lastly, we'll take a look at wheat. What has wheat been doing? Well, wheat turned around back at the beginning, by the mid of March. Green spinning top moved up some, then pulled back mid-April, and then wheat has taken off since then, up for the day 0.78%. And again, let's see, the high this week is $6.45. Last week, $6.42. So yes, even reaching a higher high. So wheat is still looking good and going up. Now we shall move. Oops, we're not going to go to cryptocurrencies. We're going to go to real currencies. Let's check those out. We see the British pound. It again is moving up to a higher high this week, up a little bit for the day, 0.06%. But again, the high last week was 122.26. This week, 122.46. So 44. So we have reached a higher high already. British pound, after it plumbed down to its most recent low back on the week beginning the 22nd of April, turned around for the last 4 weeks, has been moving up nicely. We look at where we are with the euro, not reaching the high of last week yet, a green up candle. And again, very similar to the pound, went down and then rotated around. And for the last 4 weeks, it's been moving up. Japanese yen, no such luck. It tried to take off back in early March, mid-March, and then just got hammered down. Saw some spinning tops there the week beginning 29th of April and the 6th of May. And then for the last 2 weeks, sort of dropping off that again. Lastly, we'll take a look at the Australian dollar. It started to take off. It bottomed there in mid-April. Next week was a doji beginning the 22nd of April. And then since then, Australian pound moving up, down just a little bit for the day, not hitting the high of last week yet, but moving up nicely. That is where we are with the charting cryptos, commodities, and currencies. So much going on in the crypto market. Some of those commodities, particularly silver, what a beautiful chart that was for us. And again, we see some of these world currencies recovering after some downtime. And again, particularly with the euro, particularly with the pound, not with the yen. That is where we are. We so appreciate you being with us. Always love to hear from you. Hope you enjoy this once a week survey of some different things, cryptos, commodities, and currencies. God bless, my friends. All the best from the whole team at Charting Wealth World Headquarters.